Like, if you're taking me for, I'm leaving your ass. Because if I stay, then it means that I'm bringing down the group average of females. And I can't do that.
Searching for a heart, another world away. You're the fire, go you. But you're so out of fire, go you.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Vaigha and I'm back in the cuts with another video. If you're new, welcome to my channel. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave. So we're just going to pretend like I uploaded a video last week and not 6 months ago. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys like, comment and subscribe so we can keep this thing going. Now let's get into the video. So I was with this gent for like quite some time. This one Saturday, we decided that okay, let's go Bloem. You know, we decided to go to the island. If you guys are in Bloem, I mean Jilliken Mazazi Island, but for those of you guys who don't know what the island is this area where it's like an open space where people just go to Bloem. You know, you pull up with your drinks, pull up with your pipe, and you just Bloem. So I'm gonna name this gent for story time's sake. I'm gonna name him Keenan, and he has a friend, so we're gonna call him, what can we call him? We're gonna call him Casper. So Casper pulls up, he picks us up, we go to the island. So we Bloem, everything is nice, everything is great. And then later that night, I got tired. I was like, nah man, let me go home. You check. So I told Keenan I want to go home. Now Keenan, being the fraud and the liar that he is, he says to me, no, if you go home, I'm also going to go home. And I was like, okay, cool. So then Casper drops me off at home, and then him and Keenan, they drive off. So I'm thinking Keenan goes home. But Kanti, they go back to the island. So Keenan's phone is off. So I didn't bother like with talking to him or anything like that. Because I'm thinking that nah, he's going to put his phone on charge and he's gonna go to sleep. Following morning, I wake up. It's a Sunday morning. And I see that my texts don't go through. You know, it shows that one tick. I'm like, okay. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, this boy's still sleeping. Because one thing about gents, they will sleep. So I'm thinking, nah, man, he's still sleeping. So I go on about my day. And later the afternoon, my grandma and like some other family members show up. Because it's like on Sundays, they come visit and everything like that. So as the day goes on, I'm seeing him and my messages are not going through here. They are not delivering. What's happening? So I call him. The phone goes to voicemail. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I'm blooming with my family there on the stoop. What? The messages don't deliver. My phone calls don't go through. So I'm like, okay, fine. I leave it. And then my mom sends me to the tuck shop. She's like, I must go buy bread. So I go to the tuck shop. Guys, when I tell you, the moment I step outside of the yard, you see this gate right here? It's out of focus, but there's a gate right there. The moment I set my foot outside of the yard, Casper pulls up with his golfie. So in my head, I'm thinking he's probably coming to drop off Keenan so that we can like Bloem, you know, spend time with the family, what. Va. Keenan gets out of the car. When I tell you he is drunk is not even the word. This boy could not stand on his own 2 feet. He was dirty. He was drunk. Like, I wish I could give you guys a visual of what I saw in front of my eyes. Because like one thing about Keenan, he liked like white clothing. You check. So now his shirt is dirty. His sneakers are dirty. His pants is dirty. He smells like alcohol. And I'm just like, there's no way that this boy thought that he can walk inside of my yard and come and face my family the way that he was looking right there. Because in his head, he was sober. Because had I not stepped out of the yard in that given moment, he would have came into the yard and faced my family the way that he looked there. Ooh. Like when I literally tell you he couldn't stand on his own 2 feet. So then he wanted to go back in the yard with me. And I shoved him back into the car. I was like, Vantu Hanji. So then I talked to Casper and I'm like, what's happening here? Like, why is he looking the way that he's looking? And then Casper tells me, no, we went to Kimberly. So they have another friend, ne? We're gonna call him Shane. So Shane came to Bloom for the weekend. He's from Kimberly. So he came to Bloom for that weekend. And so Keenan and Casper decided that no, they're gonna take Shane back to Kimberly. One thing about colored gents, they love Kimberly. Yes. So I tell Casper, listen, you can't drop this boy off looking like this, because his family, they are people of the church. Do you understand my point? So I was concerned that he was going to get into trouble. Like, even after this boy made me a fool, I still looked out for him. Then Casper's like, no, we're just going to go bloom at the island, and then I'll take him home later when he has, like, sobered up. Little did I know, they went on drinking further. Nothing about sobering up, my friends. So then I go buy bread, I come back, I chill with my family, I smoke a pipe, I make tea for everyone, all is well. So then my grandma and them, they leave, and when they left, so mind you, I had on leggings and slippers. So then I decided I'm gonna change into jeans and sneakers. Your girl decided that she's gonna go to the island. Guys, I didn't even drive. Well, I still don't drive, but that's besides the point. So I decided to walk to the island. Nou vir diegene wat my ken en vir diegene wat weet waar ek bly, nee. You guys know that the island is walking distance from my house. So then I decided I'm gonna walk to the island, and that was around like past 7 in the evening. So I know Keenan and Casper and their group of friends, they always chill at like one of two spots. There's this funeral parlor, or there are two funeral parlors, but the one funeral parlor, they always bloom there by that one, or in front of the community hall. There's this community hall there also. So I decided, okay, let me walk this way first and see if they're going to be at the funeral parlor, right? So then I get to the funeral parlor. I don't see anyone inside. There is this big spotlight on one side of the island. There's one on the other side also. But on this side, there's this big spotlight. So as I look over, I see this one boy that I recognize. He had this afro, and he always has like a cap on, check. So I walk towards him. So I ask him, Yepa, have you seen Keenan? Is Keenan here somewhere? Ne? And this boy's like, no, he was here just now, what. Before he could even finish his sentence, I spotted him. I spotted Keenan. And what I saw was a shocking revelation. This boy was standing with another female. And I was like, oh, okay. Alright. So I walked towards him. And then, so he had alcohol in his hands, right? He had a glass in his hands. But now before I could get to that, I took the girl on her arm. I grabbed her by her arm. And I pulled her away from him, right? Like very aggressively. But then I didn't fight the girl. Like, you never fight the girl. So as I pulled the girl away, I don't know if what happened to her here behind me, but I pulled her away from him, and then I slapped the glass. I slapped the glass out of his hands, and then I slapped him. He literally drove me to become that stereotypical colored girl. Like when I tell you, ooh, this boy brought out the worst in me. Let me not lie to you guys. I asked him, where's your jacket? Because I remember the girl had the jacket over her shoulders. So I asked him, where's your jacket? And then I don't even know what he said there. I think he said it's there by that girl or something. So I went around the car. Before I could even utter the word jacket, she handed it to me like this. So fast. She's like, but let me just go home once, And so Keenan tells Casper, well, let's go home, what. Again, Casper drops me off at home. And I think Keenan said he's going to go home as well. But then obviously I didn't believe him, because it's like, you're not fooling me. You understand my point? Because the thing is, he was so used to pulling these stunts where we would bloom together, and then if I go home, he tells me that he's gonna go home as well, but then he never goes home. He goes back to where we were chilling. So then I didn't even pay attention to what he was saying to me. I was just like, you know what, I'm over this. I went home. I went inside the house. And then the next morning, the Monday morning, I don't even think I went to class. I don't remember. Why is that window open? I didn't hear from him. I only heard from him that Monday evening. And me being the fool that I am, I forgave him. And we moved on. Because one thing about a red flag, you ignore it. Because that's the standard thing to do, my friends. Men will make us fools. Men will make us fools. I wish I could provide you guys with like an audio visual of what actually went down. Imagine, guys, me, a yellow Vaigha, walked to the island for a man. Yo. I finally decided I'm at a point in my life where I feel like I'm not going to be doing these things for a gent anymore. Like, if you're taking me for, I'm leaving your ass. Because if I stay, then it means that I'm bringing down the group average of females. And I can't do that. So, yeah. But, yeah, that was the video and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video.